an event coming right up. I have a few moments, but I have something that I really want to discuss. I want to talk to you about this. In fact, the subject that I'm going to discuss today is something that I've been wanting to touch on for some years now, but I didn't quite know how. I'm always trying to be careful of what I say, how I say, what I say, and whom I could offend, but you know, I'm over 40 now. In fact, I'm closer to 50 than I am to 40. And what tends to happen when you hit the middle age, you know, you kind of become a vessel of truth. Now, it doesn't mean that you were necessarily a liar before, but if you deny yourself the truth about what's around you and what's before you, you kind of lie to yourself. So you walk in dishonesty mode. And so, yeah, I think that's kind of what I was doing, because I think that you should really let people know about their interactions with you directly. Like with somebody else's interaction, it might be like meddling or something, or minding somebody else's business. But when it directly affects you in some capacity, in one shape, form, or fashion or another, you certainly have the right to speak to that thing. And so today, I want to talk to you about the desperately seeking Susans in your life. You know, the single white female. Did you see that movie? Are you living that movie? Well, what happens is a person becomes so consumed with your life and with you that they love/resent you. They like/hate you. You know, they support/stab you. Very dangerous personality types, you see. When people walk in these dualities and this duplicitous spirit, they are not stable. They are lukewarm. Even the Bible says that God is not interested in, is not feeling, will not put up with, is not going to sit up and play with those who straddle the fence, those who are lukewarm. You are either hot or cold, one way or the other. But someone that you can't define in your life, someone that borders a friend and a foe, is someone that doesn't belong there. People who become so consumed with you that they sabotage you, and they go out of their way to, use the terminology, shut you down. Those people who want to shut you down in their psyche, their mindset, are already shut down. If you are a person that wants to compete with a friend, a family member, or a foe in your mind, or maybe there's some eclectic role that they're a little bit of everything, friend, family, and foe. But if you compete with them, if you are jealous of them, if you envy them, if you go out of your way to sabotage them, if you secretly hate them and you're around them, you need deliverance. There's something wrong with you. I had a conversation with someone, and I love her too, and she says to me, you know how women are, you know how we are. It was like kind of a group thing. You know, we watch one another. We all do it. And the thing is, there's no such thing as everybody does it. Everybody likes it. Everybody wants it. People have the right, and guess what? Are uniquely fashioned by God. And so none of us can possibly all be the same. But what happens is, if you fit inside of a particular personality disorder, you may have many, some, a few, or all of the personality disorder traits that kind of box you into the average woman that does X, Y, and Z. I hope that sums it up. But as for me, I remember my mother used to always say stuff like, I don't really care what she had on. I didn't even notice that she was dressed appropriately, inappropriately. I didn't notice the spot on her shirt. I didn't notice the tag hanging on the back of her. I didn't notice that her shoe was turned over. I didn't notice that she was carrying a Chanel this or that. I didn't notice that it was a Fendi, it was a Gucci, it was a Coach. I didn't notice because I didn't care. And see, it's hard to believe that some women don't care, but you're looking at one of them. I care about your heart, your feelings, your emotions, your mindset, your wellness, your health, your prosperity, your growth, your elevation. But I don't give a flip about the materialistic side of your presentation. I care about it in this way. I care that if you are not walking in your best you, I want to see you there. And if you invite me in to help, I'm going to do that. But I'm not here to judge the next person. So I may be with a group of women and never notice who had on what. And the only way I will notice is if someone greeted me and I greeted them, or I noticed them from across the room because they had on something that was so autastic and so fabulistic. And so I couldn't help but notice it. And I remembered it, and I'll be sure to tell them if I get the opportunity, oh my goodness, what a breathtaking dress. Your hair was incredible. Your makeup was flawless. You look great. You had a glow. I loved your bag. Oh my God, the shoe to die for. If it's something that I had an affection around, then I would notice it. But generally, you're not going to catch me scoping, checking that shoe, that, and comparing myself to the next chick. Please don't compare yourself to women. It deflates your self-esteem. It sabotages your character, and you're the one holding the weapon. It demeans you, from you to you, for you, through you, in you. It lowers your confidence. It destroys your character. It opens the door to jealousy and envy. Never compete with or allow jealousy to set in for the next woman. And here's how you dodge jealousy: by genuinely walking in love for yourself and for others, by genuinely appreciating your life and what God has given you, and by taking what God has given you and creating a roadmap to success through your gifts. When you catch on fire, when the passion enters into your heart, mind, and soul about who you really are, what you were born to do, what happens is there's a supernatural transformation. You don't see with the same eye as the carnal woman. Now, this could apply to women and men, but right now I'm talking to my sisters because of some things that happened in my life through some of my sisters. Rather, we choose to be related through kingdomship or bloodline or whatever. I'm not talking about my blood sisters, by the way. I'm talking about my whole world, my rainbow sisters, my black, my white, my Indian, my Asian, my everything, all my sisters, my women. The same. We all want to be powerful and beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that we should walk in power and beauty and confidence, and we should feel good about ourselves. No matter where we are in our lives, we have the right to say, you know what, I'm all right. I think I like it. I'm cool with me. I like my eyes. I like my lips. Stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not talking about being conceited and self-consumed and stuck on yourself, but I'm talking about the fact that God created beauty for a reason, and He created it for us to enjoy the awe of self and others. We are the flowers that we adore, that live for but a while, but we live longer. We are the fragrance. We are the colors. We are the bloom. Don't you get it? There's no such thing as a flower that resents another flower, lest it be contaminated and choked by weeds. Then things begin to change. You have to shake whatever's in you that makes you want to be me. I know that sounds a little bit cocky. But if you're spiritually minded, you'll understand that I'm not talking about me exclusively. I'm talking about the me and you, the you and me. I'm talking about you. People who want to be you and you who want to be others. And me. You know what I'm saying? I'm human. While I can sit here and say to you, I'm not a jealous woman, because I don't think that I am, but we all got a little bit of everything in us. I just don't really remember seeing anything that made me real nervous, because anytime I see anything that is fabulous, it's odd to me. It's a flower. And I want it to bloom, and I want it to blossom and grow. And it's your mindset. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's what this is all about. There's another way to look at the next woman, lady, girl, friend, foe, family member, chick, boss chick, whatever you want, diva. Celebrate her. Love her. Admire her strength. Admire her glow. Heck, some women glow and aren't really confident, and you don't know it because the glow is so awesome, it kind of blinds the weaknesses, and there's the perfection that is shown in every one of us through the strength and the awe and the love of God. It covers us. It covers our weaknesses. But we got to want to be covered. We got to want to be delivered. And we got to really genuinely learn to get into what we're working with so that we can stop hating on one another and genuinely love one another. You know, I've had people in my life that I could have sworn loved me, but stabbed me in my back. Some of them try to stab me in my face. I'm saying this hypothetically, like just for nothing. I've had women tell me, I did it because I was so very jealous of you. If you knew my story, the behind the scenes, which no one's exempt from, the behind the scenes, the stuff that they tuck, that they mustered through, that God covers them and helps them through. We all have strengths and weaknesses, and no matter what it looks like on the outside, trust and rest assured that there's a story. So please don't look at the next woman's glory and assume that life for her is perfect and you wish you could be her, or you wish you could be like her, or you wish you could siphon her glory or her assets, her man, her house, her car, her attire, her style, her flair, her beauty, her intellect, whatever it is that has your panties in a bunch. Know that behind every woman, there's a story. That shouldn't make you feel good to know that, but it should make you feel good to know that God reigns on the just and the unjust. He shines on the just and the unjust. And whatever's going on in your life, the moment you allow him to transform you by the renewing of your mind, you begin to see the blessings and the assets and the glory and the beauty that's resting in your own lap. But if you're so busy gazing at the next chick, you're never going to appreciate what you have, and you're never going to cash in on what's always been there. Your very own crown, glory, and story. So, to my Nubian sisters, I want to just say a wholesome, hey! Really, I want to say that I love you, and that I'm rooting for you, and rather you be a friend or a foe, it is in my heart that you win. Because I understand what separates me from what separates a friend and a foe in my life, what makes the difference for me, I understand that, is that if you're my foe, and I know that I walk in love, it's nothing that I've done. There's something in you. Period and point blank. And if I'm your foe, and you're my foe and I hate you. It's the same thing for me. Because there's no way you can hate or despise or want to hurt what God created. And if you do, check yourself. Because you're certainly going to wreck yourself. In fact, you may already be wrecked. But there's a God that sits high and salvages low. He'll come down, scoop you up, love you, restore you, renew your mind, set you on your path, and give you the glory that you just don't know that is already there. I am Sonya Ward. Please don't compete with me. I'm not in a competition. If you take off running, you're going to go ahead and win your fictional race. Okay? Because it's not real, not if you don't have a contender. And I refuse to be your contender. I'm too busy walking out my own salvation, walking out my own story. And I am too busy enjoying the glory that's resting on my life. Because it's there. If it wasn't there, you wouldn't hate me. You wouldn't. But I want you to know that there's more than enough glory to go around. And if I'm ever found out to be hypocritical, it's only because I didn't know. Check me, and I'll receive it, because I'm open for that. I'm open for it. And I hope you can receive. I know you're out there listening. I know you're watching. Whoever you are, wherever you are. My sisters, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. I'm Sonya Ward. Thanks for stopping by. If you like this video, please click like. If you like my channel, subscribe and invite your friends. And by all means, as always, let a little love in your life. Take care.